Okay, now that we have all that fiasco out of the way.
There we go.
Woo, let's take a deep breath in and out. Okay, get rid of all the bad energy.
We should go to Zumba this afternoon.
You know, Jamie, it might be because of all your magnificent energy. Let me tell you who's in our studio today. So we have Mike, myself, Tashima, and we have this amazing energy force. When I first saw him, he has this great aura about him. He has these deep, wonderful, loving eyes, and he can, it almost looks like he can see right through you. I swear, it's a bit intimidating, Jamie, but also filled with a lot of loving energy. Oh. He's really loving. I had to go give him a big hug, right? Yes, ma'am. I just really felt compelled to give you a huge hug and kiss because you're so loving and sweet.
Well, thank you. Takes one to know one.
Oh, well, thank you, Jamie. So, Jamie, I want, first of all, I've let everybody know that we have a guest who is a psychic medium. So tell me when I tell somebody a psychic medium is coming, because there's all sorts of different ways of drawing energy and intuition and things like that. So what is a psychic medium? What is it that you provide?
Are there any psychic larges or psychic extra larges?
Psychic extra large.
Or smalls?
Smalls,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Just
and
mediums,
a bag of chips.
Just mediums.
That's right.
So
Do
tell
psychics need...
But first of all, so what is that? What is a psychic medium? And medium, what does that mean?
Right, and I agree with you. There's many different modalities, and everybody is a psychic medium. Everyone has the potential. Most just don't trust it. For me, I grew up with my whole life. I've always felt things and just kind of known things. So when I do a psychic reading, what the psychic aspect is, I'm reading your overall mental atmosphere. That's the basic day-to-day culmination of the thoughts that you consistently think and how you perceive your reality. That in turn creates a magnetic field, kind of like the aura. It becomes a vibrational match. So if you're thinking about something, whether it's good, bad, happy, or sad, if you keep your thought on that enough, you will start to magnetize that. I've just trained myself to go, okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm getting the trajectory of your potential thought and where you're heading in life. Meaning, I can kind of tap into where you're at right now and be fairly accurate and, okay, here's this. And then tap into where you've been and be fairly accurate. Okay, here's this. And then watch, because when I tell you this other third that's potentially coming up, I'm already 2/3 of the way there with accuracy that I don't know you from anyone, but I feel you. So my thing is, if I'm good, you're great.
So when someone were to come up to you and say, hey, Jamie, what do you do for a living? What do you say? What's your response?
My instant is I'm a consultant.
Okay, you're a consultant. A spiritual consultant?
Yeah, it's all of the above.
I say dog groomer. That's a good one, too.
Well, what's funny is I've just had a couple of clients that are dog groomers, so it's interesting you bring that up.
I tried not. Well,
you picked up on Jamie's energy.
Yeah.
Maybe you are picking up. See?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So what I want to ask you, Jamie, is when did you recognize, because it is a gift. Now, you're saying that everybody has psychic energy, psychic ability. I have felt it myself, seriously. I'll meet somebody and I'm like, stay away from them. Or I'll meet someone and they're sitting in front of me and I feel so compelled to tell them, this is what you got to do with your life. Like I can feel what they need to do, what direction they need to go in. And another thing, I have friends that will call me up and say, hey, Cindy, I had a premonition, I don't want you to go to that place tonight, or, and something inevitably happens. So I do agree that we all have something. But when did you recognize for real that, hey, this is what I want to do for a living?
Very good, because this is not only what I do, this is who I am. This is the essence of my
I can feel
being.
that from you. I can absolutely validate that.
Thank you. And so within that, I did 17 years of hospitality, Marriott, Four Seasons, all the great things, all about presentation.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. And it got me an opportunity to meet so many movie stars and presidents and all that, to go, hey, we're equal. There's no better or worse. You got a cool job. Guess what? I am me. But I did that for 17 years, and I'm like, God, I'm really good at it, but I don't see myself doing this at 50. It doesn't connect. And then so the very thing that I've always been surfaced. James Van Prague, a gentleman who does what I do, great guy, was giving a seminar at the Camelback Inn. It was about 500 people, and I used to run the function, so he really enjoyed me. And he was like, hey, Jamie, I'm having this presentation tomorrow, and if you want to come over, I'd love to. Well, that was the first time I had sat in a room with so many people of like-mindedness and listened to him communicate. It was like everything came into focus. Instantly, and then all of a sudden I'm reading people next to me, because they're on the loved ones. Their people on the loved ones are like, hey, would you tell him, please? So it got to the point where it was very accurate information. They were crying and breaking down. I'm like, okay, I need to not
Oh
do that.
wow!
Oh, yeah.
You
See,
really knew. So what is it, Jamie? What does it feel like? I mean, do you? So let me ask you a question. We were talking on the phone yesterday, you and I, or 2 days ago, you and I, introducing ourselves, and you said to me, you were telling me some things about my life, and I'm like, oh. You're getting in my brain. How did you know that? And over the phone. So how does that work? We'll get into we'll allow you to give us some feedback about us here in studio. We're also going to take some callers in, but what I want to do is just ask you, how does it come to you? How does it feel when you when someone's asking you a specific question? What does it feel like when the answer comes?
Notice how much you say you're feeling things. That is exactly the key. Words are great, but words are the language of the mind. Feelings are the language of the soul. One feeling is worth 1,000 words and then some. So that's that communication. When you first meet somebody, you don't understand it, but you feel it. Perfect. That's what you're doing is exactly what I'm doing. You're reading people's energies. And because we're all interconnected, we're kind of like the droplets in the ocean. The ocean is the droplet is the ocean. The big guy is the whole ocean, we're each individual droplet. However, we are all interconnected. So it's kind of quantum physics. What's known in one place is known in all. What's known in all is known in one. So as soon as I connect with you, talk to you over the phone or emails and inquicks at a lot of the radio shows that I do, people are in quick and email, and I don't see them. I don't hear them. I have nothing. But I will tap into their soul print. That is the key to success. I call it a soul print because it's like fingerprints.
Okay, now I have this. This is a question everybody has. Okay, we all ask this. So when you were tapping into me, because you did tap in and you hit it on the nail, were you tapping into what my desires are, what I want? Are you tapping into what is to be, or are you reading my own processes, or are you tapping into the universal processes that go even beyond my own understanding, my own what am I trying to the word I'm looking
your
for?
own reality, the way you perceive
yeah,
it.
on a.
What did he tell you? What's?
Well, we'll talk. We will talk about that.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me. But
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Are you reading me and my, like? Okay, here's an example of what women will do. They'll call you. No, they're going to call you and say, "I met this man. Is it going to work out?" Now they're
goodness
wanting to make it
gracious.
work out, right? They're wanting it to work out. So when you say yes, are you picking up on them wanting it, or are you able to see beyond that? You understand what I'm saying?
Of course. I'm not here to amuse people. It's not
Yeah.
always what they want to hear. It's what they need to
I'm
hear.
asking you just because of dealing with psychics and
Sure.
friends all the time. We question
ma'am.
this. We're
Of
like,
course.
what are you tapping into?
Well, and that's the thing is I'm tapping into that interconnectedness of all of us. And I get that a lot. People will be like, well, what about my boss or my boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever it is? All I have to do is go through your soul print, that uniqueness. I'll go through your energy field and go, okay, whoever you're calling, your spouse or whoever it is, I'm going to go through your energy field, tap into their soul print, and get that co-creative process of this reality. And I'll usually be fairly accurate with the personalities, characteristics, and circumstances. So again, it's the unification of oneness. It's the matrix, unified field, whatever you want to call it. So it's that type of energy that everything has its own energy signature. I've just gotten good at reading those. I will not say something if it's not there. I wouldn't be on your great show if I threw cheesy generalities out there. So even though it might be what that person's wanting, if it's a focus point and I'm picking up something that's potentially coming up, that tells me that the universe is already reacting on it one way or another, or I would not be getting the information.
Would you say, if you saw something bad, would you tell them?
I put it in an empowering way. There is a lot of responsibility that goes to what we do, and the
Yes.
more accurate you are, the more responsibility going. What do you got to say? 'Cause
Okay.
you said that other stuff. I thought you were full of it until it happened.
Okay, so how would
Now-
you, let's say you saw illness or something in someone's, energy field. How could you handle that with
I'm
them
not
professionally?
a doctor. I cannot diagnose. However, I can give them energy readings, and within that, because again, everything's vibrations and frequencies in light is how I read it. But within that, I'm able to give them insight if that's the case, and thankfully usually be very accurate with that energy and give them some direction in order to help facilitate the healing process. I do quantum healing touch, and I'm a Reiki master teacher and all that kind
Okay.
of stuff.
Now we're going to open up phone lines. I just wanted to make that announcement now for the rest of our hour. So
Great.
periodically we'll have some phone calls in. We only have one line, so it gets tied up. We have some people holding already, but the number, just to announce it, if anybody wants to get a chance with Jamie, and we'll have him on the show. So if you miss him today, try him again. I'm going to have him on again because he's so sweet and precious. I think I
What's
want him here
crazy is
every
he
single
knows-
time.
Yeah.
He knows when he'll be back.
Yeah, he knew that already.
We don't
He
know
put
when-
that out there.
We don't know when he'll be back.
So
but he knows. When
Jot
he'll be
our
back.
studio number down at 602-354-8823. And just let me validate that if you call in and talk to Jamie, trust me, I had a phone conversation with him, and he was reading me like he knew me for 20 years. I could not believe it. I was like, oh, I had goosebumps. So really, seriously, he's super, super gifted. And if you have a question about your life, something you're questioning, feel free to call us in studio, 602-354-8823. If it's busy, and it will be busy for the next probably 10 minutes or so because we've got some people on hold.
For the next 6 hours.
Yeah, just keep trying because we'll have the phone lines open till 11. Okay, Jamie, now you and I, what I want you to do is, what do you read for me and my, do you do future? Or, okay, so tell me,
Okay.
so I'm on it, and then I want you to also do this for Mike as well, if you would oblige us.
Sure, of course.
Okay, so for me.
Yeah, a little bit of direction is, we've talked a little bit, so I'm not going to, okay. Within that, this new energy, this new year is a whole new reality for you and starting to shift from the old pattern and whatever it was and starting to integrate a new one. And here's the thing, I'm picking up, if you haven't met somebody that you used to know from your past, it's not going to be like, I haven't seen him in 2 weeks. No, it's years. If you have not had somebody come into your present that's, from your past, in the past 6 months or sooner, you're going to. And if anything, it's just a little validation. Go, look, whoever this is, they're amazing. But a little bit, they're still on the old way of thinking.
I have had someone, my ex-boyfriend has come back from Canada, and he wants to come back in my life.
How's it feel?
I am teetering back and forth. I love him, but we didn't work out. So I am, talking to him about that and probably wanting to move forward in a different direction myself. Hopefully he's not listening because now he knows.
I know.
I told him
Well,
yes.
Cindy doesn't want to say it's Antonio Banderas. She doesn't want to
I
say
said
it,
he's
but it's-
Canadian.
Oh, well.
Well, isn't he?
Well,
He
she's
kinda
trying to cover.
look-
She's trying to cover her tracks.
He kind of looks like Antonio Banderas.
Yeah,
you
she's
know
trying
me
to
and what
cover
I
her
like.
track.
But you know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
But
that
here's
did
the
just
point.
happen.
Good,
Yes.
thank you. So if I'm good, you're great. But the point is, just because they come in doesn't mean you have to choose them. I'm just telling you the potential alignment, right? Because I don't think you said anything, but I felt it strong enough in your energy to go, well, I don't know, but it's there. So my point is, remember, it's if I'm picking up anything, you're the magic. You get the credit. I've just trained myself out of 48 years to get good at reading that potential.
Okay, and one more thing. So if it's not that, I want to know, do you see someone good in my future? And so I stop doing all the bad patterns. And then I have a project I'm working on, a creative project, a book. I want to know how that's going to fare.
You need to pick up that book. You've got a lot of potential, but I feel like about a third through it.
Oh, my God, you're so right.
Okay, so again,
Why don't you get out of my mind? Dang it.
It's funny, but
Who
sometimes
do
that
you think you are, a psychic or something? For God's
I'm
sake.
love, baby. But that's the
Are
point.
you
is,
flipping kidding me?
Well, and I need to be accurate enough because if you throw cheesy generalities, yeah, you
A
gotta be
third out,
happy,
because I just redid it, and I'm like, I crapped on 2/3, and I'm now like at a third again, and I'm like on a deadline. I have to get this done. I'm like, holy Jesus.
Good, get it moving.
Yes,
It's a good
I'm
book,
here.
isn't it?
It is. It's got a lot of potential, and there's going to be another one because there's another one in
There
your
is
energy
another
field.
one. Yeah,
Okay,
I got
it's
another
a beam
one.
of white light that comes from your big head and drops.
What do
right
you mean my
here.
big head? This is
hair.
a big
Big
hair.
hair.
Wait,
hair.
big
It's all
heads.
hair.
Wait,
Exists.
big heads hold big brains.
That's right.
You understand?
But guess what? Big
Lots of-
brains. Right. That ain't nothing for this stuff.
Lo-
Psychic medium, no intelligence necessary.
Okay,
Start
okay.
from the basis, man.
Jesus Lord, listeners, are you hearing this? This man is on the money, honey. Okay, anything else up there? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy guacamole.
And I know you do this, and I'm sure that you have another job aspect. However, I pick up another dynamic that if in the past 3 to 6 months, if you work for somebody, if you haven't had an opportunity offered, like more responsibility, another area, another capacity, or literally another job outside of whatever it is that you're going to do or you are doing, it will be offered. Doesn't mean you have to choose it, but again, do you work for other people?
I own a business, and I
Okay.
work for clients, and I want to kill them all
Okay, there's an app.
and hang them
Hey,
by their
God
balls.
bless you for
That's
that.
why
height.
I don't
I
know
want
if
to
you
hang them
can
by
say
the
that.
balls,
Honesty.
I don't think
drag
you
them
can
on my
say that. I
car.
don't know if you can say that.
Oh,
but
I
that's
shouldn't
all
have
right.
said
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But here's
I
the
know.
thing, which
Mike
is
tried
good.
to make me stop.
Oh. Well, you said it twice even. Like the first time wasn't bad enough. I'm just like, Cindy, No. Okay.
Hopefully,
this is the danger zone. This is the you're in the
hopefully
danger
the owners
zone.
of the station aren't listening
Right now,
this
you're in
morning.
the danger zone with your language. Be careful.
Red zone. Red zone.
Okay, so here's the thing. You do have another opportunity. So here's the thing. Okay, great. You're not working for anyone. You're working for yourself, which is beautiful. However, be open for someone else to want to come in and do business with you. It is not. It feels different than whatever business thing you have going on. It's different. It has a different vibrational frequency. So again, just because it's offered doesn't.
You mean
have to
someone's
choose.
going to offer me a job outside of the business that I'm doing?
Yeah, like someone would be like, Cindy, I've got this great product. You're
People do that a lot.
Okay, well,
You-
kind of, I didn't know.
Do you want me to do that, or do I not
Well,
do
here's
it?
the
You,
thing.
you can do whatever you want to do.
Exactly. It is all
Do
free
you want
will,
me to
baby.
do that?
No,
Well,
you're
yes,
my
I
now.
did.
He's my shadow now and my sidekick. I will do nothing now without Jamie's
I'm not gonna
permission.
leave the bed without. Should I leave?
I will call him before every date. Should I do this, Jamie?
Oh, no.
Jamie, child, please. I wish you were with me before my last night's date.
Open
No,
up a can of
no, I had a
worms.
wonderful experience last night. It
Oh.
was wonderful. I made a wonderful new friend. But I'm just saying, before any new date, I think I should call Jamie so I know what to prepare
I'm here
for.
for you.
You should
baby,
just
no
call
problem.
me. You're going on a date. I'm a psychic for dating.
Yeah,
I'm an online
right.
dating. I'm dating women with no car. Do you realize that?
Now, Jamie, we.
It's amazing.
You get kudos, honey. Wait,
Yeah.
kudos
So
all
you
around
think
the
I
world.
should be teaching men how to? I mean, whatever I'm doing is doing something right.
Well, you're charming. You have a little bit of charm. Like
have
I
a
said,
little bit
I
of
almost
charm.
dated you last weekend just because, and we got in a big fight beforehand.
We
I-
have open communication is what I do.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
sensing weird. See, I'm a little bit of a psychic. too. I can
Okay,
figure out women.
Jamie, anything else before we pass you over to Mike?
Oh no.
Get ready, Mike. He's going to get inside your brain.
Yeah, there's a dynamic where
Because we have some shows coming up. We have new shows coming up. I feel like I'm transitioning into a lot of new things.
You
and
are. Again, it's going to be a balance point, though. You need to do the best that you can, going, okay, you know what? Here's my even keel to a certain extent. So now any fluctuation, any change in that, I'll at least kind of feel it and see how it feels instantly. And then I can analyze it. So, yeah, I will tell you, I don't know who David is, but I keep getting the name David, and someone's a P name like Paul or Pat or I don't know, whoever that'll be. But you will have a very strong potential by the end of this year or sooner to either be with the right one or you will be right at the tinges of having that.
well, this is very strange. I'm just going to tell you. You just said some names of people that I know, and that's just very. You have to understand. I'm
David
ready.
Beckham.
I am so listeners. He just gave me 2 names of people that are in my life to some degree. I'm totally shocked. What? How do you know that?
Well, that's the point. I don't
You
know
crazy
anything.
thing. No,
Yeah,
I just think
exactly.
you're plumb loco crazy.
Well, it is, funny, but there is a fine line between using their abilities and the insane asylum. Do not kid yourself; they will lock you up.
I'm
and
so
scare
shocked
them.
my mouth is open. You see it? And not just to speak.
Good.
That's
And-
crazy.
And that's the point, though. I need to be effective. I need to be accurate. And I am so honored and I'm so thankful to do this because
Oh,
I'm
you're
like a
so
crackhead,
awesome.
man. More readings.
Oh my God,
love
I'm
it.
so shocked. Okay, listen, 3 minutes to break. So let me have you start with Mike, and then we're
we're
going
gonna
to
need more
take
than
our
3
break, and then we're going to
minutes,
take a call, and then we'll go back. We'll go back to. So I'm just like, sorry, I'm shocked.
Good.
Shocked
Good.
and
Excellent.
amazed.
You get the
Okay.
credit.
This will be like a 30-second reading because I'm pretty much fixed. So
Yeah.
that'll
You're
be
already
interesting.
complete. And that's the
I'm-
point. So many of us think that others complete us when we're
Right.
already complete. They only compliment us.
We get 3 minutes to analyze me, and it'll be me me goofing around for 2 minutes. Of it.
Oh, this
Okay,
is
so
good.
what do you see? Like I would like what you talked about, the whole the positive vibe you're putting out, and I noticed it when you walked in. Is like that's what I try to do. There's this theory that I have that if you put positive out there, positive will come back. And that's like, is that what you do
That's
with
exactly.
the readings? Is that's like you see what someone's, if they're going to get their best possible self, or if not, and if they're going around the wrong path and stuff.
Redirect them. That's the point. I'm here to give them enough accuracy and information to let them know if I can do this, I'm
Yeah.
picking up on your energy.
Yeah.
So you're the one who's controlling your destiny. I just need to be accurate enough to go, the universe is already listening. It does not register negatives.
Right.
So if you're thinking about, a lot of us will go, and I don't want this. I don't want to be broke, and I don't want to. So guess what signal you keep sending out to the universe? Broke,
Yeah.
broke, alone. So guess
Yeah.
what you'll keep getting? Broke, alone.
Because they say that about like with your kids. You say like, "Don't touch that." All they hear is "touch that."
Exactly.
Because they don't register negative. Kids
Exactly.
don't, and that's something you're taught as you get older. Like I used to drive a taxi for 3 years, and I'd pick up people all the time that were just they had no money, but they were happy as a clam. And then I pick up people that were successful, and they'd be miserable. And I'm like, well, that's interesting.
State of
Like,
awareness.
why are you miserable?
That's the point. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter how much you have. It's who are you within.
Yeah.
That shines outside of
that.
that physical body.
I like also that I'm not letting you analyze
Yeah,
me.
I know. That's good.
Do you
I'm
notice
just going
that,
with
right?
it. Oh, I'm going to nail you
That's
later.
my,
Don't
my
worry,
old
Mike.
private investigator technique. I'm turning the questions back on you rather than getting
Don't
to me.
do
like
that. You got to let him get inside.
Give me
Do
a
you
name of
realize-
somebody that's going to come into my life.
Okay,
Let's see that.
Listen, how many? Okay,
I
do
believe
the
it. No.
name.
Hey, do you
the
know anyone
name.
by the name of Steve?
Yeah, my best friend is Steve.
Lord,
Yeah.
have mercy upon my soul. That's it.
Yeah.
No, I'm scared now.
Well, it's strong enough, and we'll get more into that.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I
he's
pick
my
up
best
the-
Lord,
friend.
have
Yeah,
mercy
yeah.
upon my soul.
That's crazy.
No, listen. When do you ever go to a psychic and they pull names
The
out
only
of the
reason,
hat?
the
This
only
man's
reason I have
pulling
a
names out of the hat.
Do you know the only reason I have a child is because of a psychic in Bullhead City that told me my whole life
well,
was going
honey,
to change.
now listen here,
had my
Jamie.
daughter 6 months
Jamie,
later,
you're
yeah.
not going anywhere after this show's
Yeah.
over. I'm sorry. You just pulled 3 names out of the hat.
Good.
You know I have goosebumps up and down my entire body, right?
Really? Is that what those are? Well, okay. I'm just checking.
And on that lovely note, when you hear that music, you crazy thing, you. Oh, Lord, I have 2 large mosquito bites. No, 2 large
see,
goosebumps.
we're in danger zone again.
You did it.
It's
You
dan-
took me
I didn't
there.
say it.
You crazy things,
The whole
you.
thing is, it's the theater of the mind. You don't literally then say the words
Oh
right
my
after
God!
I
Now
say 'em.
Jamie's making gestures. What's going on? No, everything's breaking loose
Oh,
here.
it's Sunday
We have-
morning. I'm going to church.
Okay, now listen. We're going to break now. You're going to go to church. We're going to take a break.
Nothing changes on New Year's Day.
I listen to the Dalton Green show all the time.
We need to have
Dalton
him on-
Green is awesome too.
Are we on air now?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm talking as if I'm still off
I
air.
know, dude.
You know, I need to be aware of these
You're
things.
freaked out, is what you are.
No, listen, we were talking during the break. We have a caller on, and Michelle from Pennsylvania is calling. She calls us quite often because she loves the show. She's such a great friend and fan of the show. And Michelle, let me just tell you before you even start with Jamie, you just need to prepare yourself. I'm serious. Are you there, girl?
I'm here, girl.
This man is pulling names out of his
I know. I was
mind.
tripping on that one.
And not just that when you weren't here. You guys weren't on air. He was telling me things. I mean, literally, I'm like, okay, now I'm freaked out because he says things that he would have no way of knowing, you guys. It's crazy. So he was telling me that about some trips that I'm taking. You know, I'm planning 2 trips this year. He told me about those trips, and I'm like, how did you know I'm taking those trips? You know, he was like, oh, my God. Okay, so ask him, ask away. We don't have a lot of time because I'm taking
Okay.
I'm taking up all his
Hi,
time because
Jamie,
I am
for one.
selfish.
Hey, Michelle. Nice to meet you, my dear. So what's up, kiddo?
You too. Well, the question I have, I've had a bumpy road with my boyfriend, and it's been kind of negative but good, and we're moving forward to Virginia with our kids. And I just want to know if things are just not going to be bumpy anymore.
Well, energy-wise, you know, it's not going to be an instant change. I do feel like he's truly, excuse me, making the adjustment, but you're going to have to be patient with him. You know, he's a good guy, and I feel like, hang on, excuse me, I feel like, I know you guys have a powerful connection. Also, you are one of the few people that he's let into his life with the strength that you have. That's huge for this gentleman. So within that, yes, I also kind of feel like, you know, whoever he is starting to deal with and learn to live with his past circumstances.
Holy crap. Because I know. Oh, God. Let me
Yeah.
pick myself
Well,
up off the floor real
Oh,
quick.
wow.
Holy
They kind of hit the nail on the
guacamole.
head with that
So
one.
then the move is it's a good move for all 4 of us, all
It
our
is.
kids and the 2 of us.
Yeah, it is. And again, it doesn't mean that, you know, you're just rolling over. No, you've got great power and great energy. Just be yourself, do your thing, and let him kind of reconnect with this relationship. Allow him a chance to kind of find himself within the relationship, not lose himself to it. That's huge.
Oh, that happens a lot to men.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Am I going
ladies
to
as
be able
well.
to get a job out there? Do you know?
From the day that you move there solidly, within 3 months or sooner, it could be the day that you move there, will you get the opportunity. And I almost feel like 2 different opportunities. So be open, because one seems to be more connected, more aligned with your frequency. The other one's kind of like, you know what, let's see, because I almost feel like a job's already waiting for you. I know it sounds nutso, but there's an
Oh.
aspect where things are lining up productively. Just be open. Before you even start going in this direction, what I would love for you to do, if you don't know what job it's going to be, I want you to sit there for a minute and feel the success that you've already got in the job. It is amazing.
Okay.
I'm making more abundance than I've ever made. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. I'm loved. What? Anything. The more that you'll do that energy pattern, the more effectively you will get that kind of a recognition. If the only prayer you pray is thank you, that's enough. Sending out a signal of gratitude, you will attract more things to be grateful for. Does that help you
Right.
some?
Yeah, that totally
I have
helps.
a
It even
question.
helps
Do you
me.
pick up on the fact when she said that, she goes, well, am I going to be able to find a job out there? Do you, like, that's kind of what we're talking about, like the positivity. You come from a positive viewpoint, like, I know I'm going to get out there, I'm going to find a job, and and that kind of leads people to go like, oh, I want to hire that person.
You got it.
Yeah.
And some people
Well,
may
and it's kind of more validation, too, because I know I'm going to get a job because I know I'm good
That's
at what
it, yeah,
I do.
that's what you have
But
to
with
put out
Jamie
there, yeah.
saying it's even more validation.
You got it. See how the
Let me
certainty
ask
is?
one more thing. The place we're going to get is the problem. Are
There's
we
a
going to find a
variation.
nice place to live?
Yeah, there's a variation. 2 places. So, if you've already got one picked out solidly, that might be changing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's happening.
Oh, okay.
We're not sure.
Don't move to Yuma. Just in case. If that was even on your register.
We're in Virginia, not Yuma.
I'm a psychic.
Well, that's
I'm a
close,
psychic.
isn't it?
Well, I'm going to eliminate every place you shouldn't move
Now,
to.
you know, every flippin' guest we have on, Mike becomes.
Okay, wait a minute. Can I ask one question?
Yes,
Is this
girl,
man
and then we have
gonna
to let
marry
you
me?
go.
I'm a chameleon.
Uh-oh, she's asking the marriage question now.
I will tell you, there's about a 70 to 80% chance that he will. He's going to be slow, but yes, like near the end of this year, you're going to be very impressed to go, God, I think he's lightening up, and he's starting to let us have our own identities, and we're good, and we're co-creating this relationship, and it's becoming more fulfilling. And then he'll make a comment like, Michelle, maybe sometime we could take it in a step further, and he'll give you a ring, and then see where you want to go from there. So the good thing
Okay,
is...
that's weird.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Well,
Well,
this
that's
should
what
be
he
weird.
said the other day. He's like, as soon as we're established and all that, he's probably by the end of the year.
She's saying it's weird because she's
you figure it
validating
out?
your crazy ass.
Thank you.
Yeah, I almost
my
said it about
crazy
her.
aspect.
My crazy
I
ass.
almost said about. No, we can't say that on the air.
Right.
Wait, it's a
Oh,
weird-
yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
you're
pretty
saying it's
good.
weird that he picked up on that, or it's weird that your
Hey, she thinks
partner
it's-
would
No, it's
actually want to
weird
get
that
married
he
or
picked
something?
up on
Yeah.
it.
Good.
This is
Well,
crazy.
no, what's weird is that Tommy was actually talking about it. He and I were
Oh, that's
talking about it
good.
the other
See?
day. And that, yeah, Jamie's picking up on that.
Great,
So it's kind
so-
of a validation to make me feel better.
That's
And
cool.
thank you for the validation. That keeps me trusting because I don't have to understand what I'm saying. I'm just like, I don't know. Here's comprehend it. Here's what I'm getting. I don't mean to be
Well,
flippant.
and the move I'm making is very hard because we have a 9-year-old, 13-year-old, and I just want everyone to be happy.
The kids will do well. The 14-year-old seems to do better than what you think. The 9-year-old kind of
Yeah.
goes into it a little bit at a time. Okay, all right, this is good. Okay, all right, okay. So, yeah, a little bit more nurturing for the 9-year-old. Of course, I know you do
Do
it
you
beautifully.
pick up on anything with his ex? Because she's a bull in a china shop.
She's going to move to Yuma. That's what I pick up.
I
picked
hope
that.
so.
That's who was moving to Yuma. I was a little off earlier.
Can you give me the first name
I'm trying not to laugh.
Her name's Kim.
and what's is it your son? What's your son's name?
No, it's his ex-wife.
Okay. I'm losing thought. What do you specifically want to know about this Kim?
I just want to know if she's just going to chill out because she's a bull in a china shop and she's been making a mess of things for a year now.
For
Yeah,
them, for
she's
them.
actually pretty good at that. She likes, I feel like stirring up the energy because it's an emotional connection, and that kind of nourishes her. However, yes, I do feel like a little bit at a time. It's not going to be a quick fix. She's too stubborn. She's too solid in her pattern, but there will be more lightening up. She'll actually say, "Hi, Michelle." You're like, "What the? Huh? I can't believe she said that." So here's the thing. It becomes co-creation, not manipulation. Meaning, how about if you take a minute a day for each person or circumstance or experience, and for this case, Kim, I want you to just, and it's fake it till you make it. It's training and discipline. If only you can do 10 seconds, then do it. But see Kim respectful, appreciative,
Well, because
loving.
she's part of the reason if we move or not, because for Victoria, his daughter, to go with us through the court system.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're worried about. If Victoria's going to be going,
I feel like she will lighten up enough to where it's tolerable, yes. And it can certainly get even better. But again, help her
because
to
she's
help
going
herself.
to know it's a good thing for us to move and let us go.
Exactly. Because, yeah, she's powerful, but she's not stupid. She wants the best. So that's a
Right.
big compliment for
Actually,
you,
she
though.
is stupid, but
Oh, gotta be nice
Okay, you guys,
about it.
we got
Cindy knows
to
the whole story.
we've got to close up this call now. But
Okay,
yeah.
well, thank you so much, Cindy and Mike and Jamie. You're awesome.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Great.
For any other
Congratulations.
callers that are on hold, try us back. Sorry about that. 602-354-8823. And if you can't get through, then we're going to fill up Jamie's time because
I like-
we're frankly amazed.
I
Well,
like what
if
he
you're going
said
to do
about
that,
it,
Cindy,
yeah.
ask questions for me too.
Okay, okay, bye.
Great.
Bye. Get
I like
off
what he
the-
said
Good
about
day.
the,
Love you guys.
Bye.
I like what he said about the fake it till you make it. That's a good, because I've done that with my daughter's mom, where I'm just like positive all the time, and I just like, I tell her that I appreciate her and stuff, and she's more forgiving of some of my slip ups when I slip up a little more.
More.
Now, Jamie. First of all, just to again validate what you're doing here today. I'm just absolutely amazed. Tashima's sitting here; she's totally amazed. She's like, "What is going on? This guy is just hitting everything." Right on the nail. It's actually shocking. So let me ask you a directive question, about the show, about things in general. We've got another call coming in, but I'm going to try to sneak stuff about us because I'm incredibly selfish when I have someone like this.
Right.
Excuse me,
You'd
I'm
be
still...
surprised who uses people with my abilities.
Oh, honey, please. I almost want to marry you right now. Jesus.
on.
Is your name David? Or Paul?
It's a mystery.
I am if you want it.
Now, was David one of the disciples? Because I tend to be attracted to anyone with a disciple name.
Interesting.
Really?
I'm not sure.
That's interesting.
If it feels for you, that's beautiful.
I love those names. I
But
don't
see
know
how
why.
spiritual you are? It's just that
Yes.
vibration. I don't know, but it feels right. Exactly.
Well, maybe they picked those names in the Bible for a reason.
And then
'cause
Mike,
they're
because he
very-
looks like Jesus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do get a lot. Yeah.
You look like Jesus, crazy Jesus.
well,
but
It's on
yeah.
a bad day, but you look.
I say this.
Really bad day.
Well, I say this. No, I look gorgeous.
Poor
You're just
Mike.
jealous. That's what it
you
is.
do,
It's
Mike.
jealousy
Jealous.
rising up. But I say that when I look like, when you have a beard and long hair like this, when you're peaceful and calm, you look like the Big Lebowski, or you look like Jesus. You're like a happy guy. And then when you're upset or you get loud, you look like Charles Manson or the Unabomber, and people freak out. But it's a great effective
We have
tool.
another caller that
See how you
I
have
don't
both
know.
ends of the
Let's take
spectrum
this
with him?
caller.
Exactly. It's a duality of
Okay,
it.
all
ready?
about balance.
We're going to take another call. I don't know who this is usually. Okay, so...
It's David.
Tracy. So I've got the name. Tracy from Phoenix, are you on?
Yes,
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Hey, thanks for calling. He's getting ready to talk to you. Ready? Do you have a question for Jamie?
I do. Actually, I have a daughter named Jamie, and we have had a really bumpy road for her entire life. She's 28, and she lives in Tucson, and we started getting along really, really well this year, and then all of a sudden we planned a mother-daughter trip and everything, and all of a sudden she disappeared and changed her phone number, shut her Facebook down, shut down everything, and I'm at a loss because we didn't have any issues.
Oh, honey.
Normally if she'd have done that, and she's been diagnosed mentally ill by the state, and so I get a little worried because she has my grandson who's autistic, and I get a little worried about that. So I'm just kind of confused because I know that nothing happened.
Yeah, no, I don't feel like anything serious happened in that aspect. And I can certainly be wrong. I'm not always right, but I'm usually pretty good. Within that, do you know if she's in a relationship? Because I get a pull. It's not just her. There seems to be a pull from someone else. And in doing that, even though I know that things have been cut off completely, nope, they're not done. There's a comeback around with her energy, whether it's a phone call, text, email, or hopefully, knocking on the door to say hi. But again, I do feel like the child is going to be okay. And, sometimes things can become very toxic, but that beautiful soul within can transcend that, and it doesn't mean that you have to accept it, meaning the child is not going to perpetuate that pattern. There's more of a gross spiritual awareness from that. So,
yeah, and I think that I would like to think that she's, trying to find her way and do some healing. She has a pretty extensive criminal record, and I think she's trying to clear that and go back to school and just trying to get in track with her life.
And she is. She's trying.
Has she ever done that before, where she got rid of all of her social media and stuff like that?
That's what's so
Maybe
weird
she's
about
trying
it.
to cut herself off from her friends that are maybe bad influences.
And
That's
completely
like, yeah.
cut it clean. That's a
Yeah.
really good thing. I know it's frustrating, but that's kind of cutting the old pattern off to go, you know what, whatever. That served its purpose, great, let it go. But now as she starts to reconnect with herself, starts to find herself, then she'll be ready, slow but sure, but she'll be ready to make that connection and reconnect. And here's the thing. Of course, you had the mother-daughter trip. Don't be surprised if, I'd love to say immediately I don't get that. However, when she comes back in, you guys are a little bit more stable. Don't be surprised if she re-acknowledges, like, hey, I know I kind of had to stuff to go, but can we do that trip? What, would you like to do that? Just be open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I don't feel like it's anything I did, although
It's
I
not.
did. Yeah,
Nope.
first I was like, okay, what did I do?
you didn't. It's
But
not you.
she is with her husband, who she's known since they were 10, and they've been together for a really long time, and he cut his family off too. So it's
You're
So you were
validating that
right.
other
Yeah,
person
you
thing.
were right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, if we've been accurate with the information, then realize what I'm telling you potentially coming up with your daughter is going to happen. If
Now,
I'm
Tracy-
good, you're great.
Tracy, we are going to go into a break, but if you need Jamie for another minute or so, you can welcome to stay on the line and spend some time with Jamie during the break. Do you need that time with him?
I just wanted to ask him if he had a timeline approximately.
Okay, so why don't you stay on why don't you stay on and let him tune into that while when we go into break. We're going to go into commercial break, but we'll still be on with you, and he can give you some feedback for that, right, Jamie? Can you do that for us?
Sure.
No,
Yeah.
he's not going to do that.
And
He's
Tracy,
gonna leave.
and Tracy, thanks for calling, and just keep on the line. When we go into break, we'll still have you on, okay?
Okay,
Thank you. Okay, Tracy, we're back. Are you still with us?
I am. Yeah.
Okay, so let's finish up. He was focusing on that question. So let's end our segment with him and this.
Yeah, Tracy, instantly as soon as I was tapping in, I get 6 months or sooner. Now, here's the thing, and, I share this with a lot of people, but anything I talk about, I put to the test because I need to know it's real. How about if you take a minute a day, and you will see and feel her already in your life. You guys are back together. You've got the understanding, the love, the compassion, a new beginning, and you're ready for the rest of your lives together, or whatever you would like. Anything. If you can just do that for 10 seconds, anything, you'll
I've
tap
actually
into
been doing that.
Good.
That's good. It's helped
feel
helps
it.
to not take it personal.
You got it, and that's perfect because the amplified energy is think about it and see it. That's the visual aspect of creative process. The feeling is the validation and the kind of the intensity that will intensify those circumstances or experiences. So you're doing great. Again, lighten up on yourself because you're more amazing than you give yourself credit for.
And I can feel that too, Tracy. Thank you for calling in. We really
you, guys.
appreciate it. If we can help you in any way, feel free to call us. We're here every Sunday, and actually we're going to be on the air even Wednesday nights now, so look for us then too. And we appreciate your call, and we appreciate you listening. Have a beautiful day today, Tracy, and good luck
Thank
to you.
You guys too.
Thank you.
Thanks. I said thank you at the end of the call. Wasn't that nice?
You're
of
so
you?
sweet
I didn't
and
really do
precious.
anything, but I said
Sweetheart.
thank you.
So phone lines are open 602-354-8823. And hey, Jamie, you're just like a little miracle worker.
Good.
Or actually a great, big, huge miracle worker. You're just
you.
absolutely amazing. The phone lines are going crazy.
I like to watch what he does when people are talking. I'm picking up on because ex-PI like I am. I like to watch people what they do.
Yeah,
I'm very,
well-
I'm
So what are
very
you
nosy.
thinking? What are you
I'm very
feeling?
nosy. I noticed that you kind of like you blink your eyes. Are you like picture? You're like so. You're like your mind is like kind of like almost like a file cabinet. And you're going through and trying to pick up little things.
Like
It's a Rolodex. It's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
a
like a
clear blank
Rolodex,
screen.
Well, I see him
It's a-
clear. You can hear him on air taking a deep breath, and what he's doing is, I think what he's probably doing is clearing energy, and he's just drawing in whatever source is coming through him.
Did you ever?
Right? Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie Minority Report?
Of course.
Yeah, where they do that, where it's just like
Yeah.
it's these filing through like what was it? Microfiche. You ever
Yeah,
remember
exactly.
microfiche in
That's
the
what it
library?
is. It's
I used to do that with when I was a PI. I'd look up records like that. Yeah, it's a weird way to go through things. Yeah.
But it's information that's always there. That's the
Yeah.
point is
Uh-uh.
more and more builds upon it. Hey, Mike, just real quick.
Uh-oh.
Do you happen to have somebody that you know that passed from an impact?
Passed from an
Oh,
impact.
dear God.
When I
Like
get
a
an
car
impact,
accident?
yeah, like a car
Or
accident,
a
boat, plane,
fall.
motorcycle.
Well, my
Or
dad-
a
Right,
fall.
exactly. Fell from something or somebody got
That's it.
shot.
I'm leaving the room
My
now.
dad,
Let me
this-
leave the room.
My
I'm
dad
like
died when I was.
afraid.
My dad died when I was 5, and he fell down a flight of stairs and broke his neck. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of ways to graduate life, but you need to know that strongly he was pushing in on this because I was sharing that with Cindy to go, I think we're going to do a little bit of the mediumship also. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
apparently your dad's correct.
Of what? What he's pushing me to do? What?
He's not pushing you anything. He just wants to make an appearance first to go, hey, I'm Joe Schmo, Mike. I don't know you from anyone. But your dad's strong enough from the other side to go, could you tell him and then tell him I passed from an impact, right?
Well, yeah,
Because
yeah.
then he diagnosed, from cancer or
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
even a heart attack. He's like, boom.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
accurate enough. And
Yeah.
he is, he's funny, but he's very direct. He is proud of you,
Oh,
but
dear
clean up
God.
your act.
I had to leave the
Clean
room.
up my act. Yeah, yeah. Well, my dad died at
Literally.
43. Yeah. So I just turned 44 this summer. It's been the biggest change in my life, and I have cleaned up my act quite a bit.
And you know what that 4 and 4 equals?
Oh my God, you guys, we got to take
What,
another
8?
call.
You got it, which is
Phone lines are going crazy.
8
the
is-
encompassment, the manifestation and integration of the metaphysical
Infinity
and physical.
is 8, yeah.
Exactly.
on the side,
Never
yeah.
ending, always beginning.
We've got to take another
Wow.
call. Jamie, I had to walk out of the room on that one. We have. I'm serious now.
Because you know how big of a
I'm
deal my
shaking.
dad dying to me.
I'm
is, right?
shaking.
Did I tell you before
Oh my
that
God!
we're
You
going to
made
do
me. You're gonna
mediumship?
make me cry.
yeah.
Elizabeth, you're calling in to speak to a genius here. I'm amazed. We have Elizabeth on the line. She's calling from Scottsdale. Are you on, Elizabeth?
Yes, I am.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
You're on with Jamie. I just had to step out of the room, Elizabeth, because he's just.
Yeah, my palms are really sweaty.
he's
right now. It's
shocking
very
me.
weird.
What do you have for Jamie? We
Hi,
only have a
Jamie.
few minutes.
Hi, Jamie. I know this has to be short. I just have 2 questions. One, I'm expecting a settlement, and I'd like to know when that's going to occur. It's been a little bit bumpy, to say the least. That's the first question.
Okay, real quick, let's just address that. There's kind of a rollover bump energy. And what I mean by that is from your beingness, there's an orb of white light that is going over kind of like a hill type of an energy. And of course, you're saying, well, it's kind of fluctuating. But there's an aspect of potentially a false alignment. And what I mean by that is possibly, unless they've already done it, like, okay, you know what? I think we're going to go in this direction and we're going to try to settle with this. And then they'll negate it and then try to do something else. So if they have not done that, just potentially, that might be coming up for you.
Okay.
Not as what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear. I want to give you information and insight.
Okay.
What's the other question?
What's the other
Other question is, my husband owns a business,
First name? What's his first name?
Joseph,
Okay.
and when will he sell it and retire?
Oh, jeez. Why does he have to retire?
He's not going to retire. His energy resonates where he's always mentally going. He's got a very good energy that way. However, I almost feel like maybe he's thinking about within the next year of retiring. However, it seems to extend out to potentially 3 years or sooner. Okay, doesn't mean he has to. He could, excuse me, he could already sold the business and everything's great. But he's got an energy extension that I get, first thought pattern is like, I'd like to do it in the next year.
How old is he?
He's going to be 60.
Okay.
Oh, excellent.
But he's not going to be a retired guy. Like, if he owns his own business, he's probably a type A personality that he's going to want to do something when he's retired. So this idea that he's going to retire and not do anything, what he should do is hand over that most of the business operation to somebody else so he has free time and he can do, he can still have all the income that comes in from the business. And then, meanwhile, he still has the free time. He can go back to do that if he wants, because he's going to get bored in retirement probably.
Yeah, he is a type A personality.
Yeah, you don't want a bored guy living around the house.
Oh,
that's
now
for
all
sure.
of a sudden, Mike became the media.
Yeah, see? He's
Look,
got
when did this
happening.
happen?
I'm a life coach. I'm a 4-minute
exactly
life coach.
I leave the room for 1
That's
second,
what
and
I do.
you know what breaks loose in this house.
He's good, man.
That's what I do.
exactly right.
Oh,
I
I
do
love you
4-minute life
guys. I
coaching,
love
yeah.
my job and my
Yeah,
life.
I
Hey,
do love it.
Elizabeth, we have to let you go because we got to close the show. Just 20 more seconds. Do you have anything else
so
for Jamie?
basically within 3 years, though, do you see the business being sold?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, here's another thing.
He's going to start up something else.
Yep. He'll have an opportunity or be contemplative of that. Doesn't mean he has to, but like Mike was picking up, watch. He's way too productive, and it's not going to be he's working 80 hours a week and he's got, no. Whatever this other product or service is going to be more effective and self-sufficient. So to kind of be like, all right, here's the direction. He'll amplify it and kind of get it going, and then seems to take a life on of its own.
Does he have a hobby that he's really passionate about?
You picking up on that, Mike?
yeah.
You crazy thing.
Does he have a hobby?
Oh my
Does he have a
God.
hobby that he's really
Golfing.
passionate about?
His
Golfing.
hobby is his business.
What's his business?
Come down to
No.
Molnar Stamp and Coin in Scottsdale.
Oh, he's got a coin.
Oh,
so
girl.
coins are. Oh, so I bet he was really into collecting coins as a little kid, and now his whole life has been his passion. Well, you can't make him retire from that. That's silly. Don't make. That's his passion. He's going to find something else that he loved doing when he's 14, and then.
Listen.
gonna make that a business.
Hey, being the facilitator of my little show here, I do have to end this call, guys.
Okay.
Sorry, it's been a really beautiful day.
Thank you,
I
Jamie.
hope he
You're
gave
welcome,
you some
sweetheart.
insight.
Yes, that was great.
So we've got a few minutes left, and what I want to do, because it's really important. First of all, Jamie, wow. I love you. You feel my love energy?
I do.
Yeah, you're so precious and sweet.
You're eyeballing me like a piece of T-bone steak.
I eyeball every man like that. It's just what I do. It's just what I do.
She's gonna.
I don't mean to.
You're gonna be set up outside of her house every day to tell her whether or not to leave her house.
Trust. No,
She's
you
gonna
know how
literally
the
just not do
celebrities
anything.
have their psychic.
Right.
You're
I do
mine.
assist a lot
I'm
of
going to be
people.
that big celebrity, and you're going to be that big, huge psychic. You
You're
already
on your
are.
way.
So
You're
are
on your
you.
way.
You are already there, but we're going to join forces.
do
And
it.
let me just tell you, it's going to be a powerful army. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to go to war, a love war. Love war, spreading the word of love. Listen, you helped some people today. I know you did. And let me just tell you something. My whole self, my whole being, I come across differently maybe on air than I am, but my whole reality is out of love. And really, anything I do is really about helping anybody. That's really what I'm here for. And when we had those callers call in and I saw that you were connecting with them, it actually made me almost want to cry. I'm serious. Not even what you did for me, but what you did for them, because I don't know everybody that calls in, I'm so grateful that they listen and they support our show, but I'm even more grateful that I can have a guest like you on and you can actually provide them with a service, and therefore we're facilitating love. We're joining them, we're supporting them. And, we do turn to people and we turn to psychics for answers. We don't necessarily we haven't been able to tap into that. So we didn't have enough time today to learn how to tap into that within ourselves. So I want to have you back if you'd grace us enough.
I would love
in a
to.
few weeks, okay?
He knows when he's coming.
And
back.
I'll let You already knew I was going to ask you, right?
I actually did.
And you knew this was going to be a successful show, right?
Do you know why? Because I'd already visualized and accepted it as already done, that this would be an amazing show with amazing accuracy, information, communication, and realization.
And I knew that too, Jamie.
And guess what? We're sitting here with the end result that I already pre-paved, thought about before we did it.
And I agreed. A
little bit of
okay,
example for you.
let's let people know how to find you. I am going to have information on our Facebook page. First of all, thevenusvault.com. We will have a page where we have all of our guest information. It will be there forever, thevenusvault.com. So there will be a link to his site within a few days. Okay.
Thank you.
So give everybody your site is jamieclark.net.
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
you got
and
it.
that is JAMIECLARK. He has his rates there. I've already checked out the website. I did my homework, and he's fairly reasonably fees for what he will give you, because he offers 15-minute, 30-minute, hour, 2-hour sessions. But he also does corporate events. He does a lot of different things, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell a little bit. We have only 2 minutes. Tell a little bit about how some of the things that you're going to offer and where they can find you.
You got it. Again, like Cindy was saying, check out my website. And then also, with that dynamic, I'm honored to be of assistance in any way I can. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure that you know if I'm good, you're great. We all have this potential. We all can do it. I just need to show you it's possible so you can do this. That's the biggest gift.
Thank you, Jamie. You're a real blessing, and I'm really happy that you're here. Now, next, we have our show coming up next week. We have a great, great month of shows. Next week, we've got Craig Matthew coming in, and he's a singer-songwriter, former golf pro. He's a man that really has followed his dream, and opened up a fantastic bar, coffee shop in town that I love. And we're going to have him in, and we're going to talk about following your dream and making it happen. So stay tuned in for the Venus Vault. We've got a lot of great things coming up this month. And if you get a chance to go see Mike Kennedy, log on to MikeKennedy.com.
MikeKennedyComedy.com.
MikeKennedyComedy.com.
Mike Kennedy's or you can go to 2prettyfortentcity.com. That's also
And that's true story.
It redirects you, right?
One of them pretty ones.
And thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks for tuning in today. And Jamie, thank you. Big hug and kisses.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a great Sunday, everybody. We'll see you next week. Whoop, 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 whoop. Big hug. Big hug.
Yeah.